going on YouTube? Diggy546. Hit that subscribe button if you want more sports content. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. So I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers recently. It's off season. It's, we're not going to say the magic word that gets YouTube videos banned. We're not really going to do that. But you guys know what's going on in the world. A lot of YouTubers have been making their top quarterback lists, their rankings for entire 32 quarterbacks or whatever you want to do. I'm not really going to go 32 deep. DJ is going to get left off this list because I'm going to guys who have proven it, who, played. These guys are all veterans or are MVPs. So starting off with number 10, I got Carson Wentz at number 10. Carson Wentz is a guy who in his rookie year was horrible. He showed flashes, but he was horrible his rookie year. His second year, he had an MVP type year. And he got injured. You guys know how it went. Got injured. Somebody took over. Nick Foles took over and won them a Super Bowl without Carson Wentz's help. So Carson Wentz is not a Super Bowl champion. He was on the team. He might have given emotional support. He might have helped Nick Foles study film, but that's not him quarterbacking his team to a championship. So I don't count him as a guy that won a Super Bowl as a quarterback accomplishment. So Wentz is at number 10. He's not proven. He had that year. He came back after the injury and he didn't play that well because he was coming off of an injury. Then last year, what gets him into the top 10 is that last year he came out and everyone got injured, but he still was able to keep his team afloat. He was throwing to nobodies. I'll keep it real. There's a rivalry. We all know that, but I'll keep it real. He was throwing to nobodies. That whole 500-yard stat, I don't care about that. But he was throwing to nobodies. He had Zach Ertz and Goddard, but as far as receivers, there was nothing there. And he was able to keep that team afloat. So that's something to consider. Statistically, I think he had over 25 touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions. So he's a guy that he's solid, and he can either go up or he can have his spot taken by Kyler Murray or Daniel Jones or one of these young quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, who knows. But Carson Wentz is my number 10 quarterback right now. Number 9 is Aaron Rodgers. Now, before you throw stuff at me, think about it. What has Aaron Rodgers done lately? Yes, his team, his super team with a super defense where all he had to do was manage the game and throw to his superstar receiver and hand it off to Aaron Jones, who won him multiple games this year. Aaron Rodgers is still a top 10 quarterback. A lot of people don't think he's a top 10 quarterback anymore. But Aaron Rodgers is still one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But he's regressing. You watch him move around, he doesn't look as good as he used to. You watch him throw the ball. Occasionally you'll see a great throw, but it's not like it used to be. Yes, he has a low interception percentage. But when you throw the ball away as much as he does, it's ridiculous. The dude does not want to take any risk. So that might be a good thing, but the Aaron Rodgers that I know, the Aaron Rodgers that everybody tries to say is the greatest of all time and the best arm of ever, that guy is gone. Maybe he'll come back, but he's getting older. And he's more focused on making sure that he's the highest rated quarterback when he retires than taking risk and winning games. So that's why Aaron Rodgers is number 9. He's still a capable quarterback. He's still, he's capable of it. He can get to a Super Bowl and win it with a good team, but he's not in that top tier anymore. Going down to number 8, Dak Prescott. Now, Dak Prescott, they refuse to pay him. And he's going to be the Cowboys quarterback, I'm pretty sure, for the foreseeable future. This is all smoke. I think he's going to get signed. So you're asking me to compare Dak Prescott, who has CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup, and Ezekiel Elliott, going forward, to Aaron Rodgers, who refuses to take risks, to Carson Wentz, who is injury prone and doesn't win big games. You're asking me to compare them to someone who's going to have all of these weapons, because I'm including what they're going to do. So, shoulda, coulda, woulda, if this person was on this team, they aren't. I'm comparing him using what he has. This dude, Dak, is going to put up another season close to 5,000 yards, maybe 40 plus touchdowns, just because of what's around him. So Dak Prescott is at number 8. Number 7, we got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is he's an all-time choking type quarterback. This dude, he freezes up. In 2011 against the Giants, he froze up. Super Bowl, he froze up. But Matt Ryan, talent-wise, efficiency-wise, playmaking-wise, stats-wise, he's always at the top of the league in yards. He's always towards the top in touchdowns. He's a solid top 10 quarterback. That's what he is. He won't be falling out of the top 10 until he starts to regress as an older quarterback. But you put a good team around Matt Ryan, you're in contention for a Super Bowl. It's just that simple. Next up, we got Drew Brees. Drew Brees is getting older, and he's behind Tom Brady for that second oldest guy. And Drew Brees is going to come out. He's going to do what he does. Now he's throwing more of it short, but he's completing 70-something% of his passes every year. He's solid. This is another guy that maybe doesn't always win the big games, but he's going to be towards the top of the league as far as how good he's playing every year. We know what he's going to do. He's going to force it to Michael Thomas. That's what he does. He's going to force it to Kamara, but it works. He's winning games, and the Saints are going to be in contention again this year because their team is so good and Drew Brees knows what he's doing. Number 5, DeShaun Watson. This dude, DeShaun, choked so bad last year in the playoffs. But other than that, I think DeShaun Watson is one of the top tier quarterbacks in the league. But what's preventing me from elevating him is him choking that bad last year. We all know how good Patrick Mahomes is, but you got a 24-point lead and you choke it? That's unacceptable. So for him to get back up, because without that, I put him above a lot of these quarterbacks that are going to be above him. But until he can get past this, he's staying at number 5. So, DeShaun, he can throw from any platform. He can run. He jumps over people, scores touchdowns. He's smart, but he's also on a horrible team. And like I said, I'm counting what's going to happen in the future. And if he doesn't get out of there, or if they don't get him some help, it's going to be tough sledding for him. Number 4 is when we get to just the edge of elite top tier quarterbacks. Number 4, we got Lamar Jackson. And Lamar took over the league last year. He ran over everybody, ran all over the place, looked like 04 Vic. So, if he can keep doing that, he's going to have to move up. If he can throw better, which he's already doing, but if he can, get some more passing touchdowns and yards, even though he led the league in touchdowns last year. Guys, make sure that you're understanding I'm not underrating him as a passer, but he's not up there with these top 3 guys yet. But if he can, and he can keep this running ability, and he can play for the next 15 years, Lamar is going to be a problem. But he's also another guy that can't win in the playoffs. So let's keep that in mind. Number 3, we got Russell, last name Wilson. Russell Wilson, to me, is probably the most underrated quarterback of this generation by far. This dude, he got DK Metcalf last year. Before that, who was he playing with? Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett he's not that guy. Doug Baldwin before that, he was not that guy. He's playing with no-name running backs. Chris Carson last year had a good year, but besides that, between beast mode and him, there has not been a consistent rushing attack. He has had horrendous offensive line play, and he's running back there like a chicken with his head cut off, making plays, putting up 30-plus touchdowns every year, staying efficient, throwing less than 10 interceptions, and carrying his team to winning seasons. He's been playing in the same division as the Rams. He played with the 49ers last year. Russell Wilson is a top-tier elite quarterback, and there's no doubts about it. To me, if he was on that same team as the next guy I'm going to say, he would be doing the same thing, if not more. Russell Wilson, like I said, is very, very underrated. And people need to start appreciating what they're seeing when they turn on that Seahawks game. Because this dude is a magician. Talk about putting the team on your back when there's nothing around you. Because if you look at that roster, they lost everything. They lost the Legion of Boom. Their offensive line has gotten worse. They lost beast mode. Everybody turned on the coach. And do you know why Pete Carroll is still there? Because Russell Wilson is there. And when you have a true elite quarterback, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers fans, when you have a true elite quarterback, your coach just can't seem to get fired. So moving on, number 2, we got the $500 million, $500 million man behind the back throwing Patrick Mahomes, the young guy who's taken over the league, who does what he wants out there on the field, and we got him out there doing his thing. Bust onto the scene. When he was a rookie quarterback and I saw him out there for a couple series, I said, oh, this dude, he's got what it takes. He's got some dog in him. And that next year when he got out there, I said the Chiefs were going to be the number 1 offense, and they were. People didn't believe me. People thought I was crazy. But you get that guy with that arm, he's in the perfect situation for his skill set. With that arm, with his ability to extend plays, and you give him Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, now McCole Hardman, Travis Kelce. Now he's going to have a running back. So going forward, Mahomes is going to get better. He's going to continue to be that guy. He's going to continue to play better and better. And the only thing that's stopping Mahomes from pretty much winning the Super Bowl every year is the football gods. And do you know who the football gods are? If you get all of the football gods together and put them together as one person, you get Tom Brady. Tom Brady last year, we saw it. We saw it in 2013. We saw it after that. Is Tom Brady finally over? Is the Patriots' reign finally over? Well, guess what? The Patriots' reign is finally over. But in Tampa Bay, Brady is going to have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate. Do you really think that Tom last year was bad? Or did you not realize that he was playing with horrible talent around him? It was awful. His offensive line has been bad for years. His wide receiving core has been bad for years. And now you put him on a super team when you add him. Tom Brady should be a favorite to be the Super Bowl guy, should be the favorite to be an MVP. Tom Brady, bar none, until Mahomes beats Tom Brady in the playoffs head-to-head. Now they're in different conferences, so it'd have to be in the Super Bowl. But until he can beat him one-on-one head-to-head, the crown is still on Tom Brady until he decides to retire. So these are my top 10 quarterbacks. Tom Brady, number 1. Wheelchair Wentz at number 10. And those guys are the best of the best the most elite of the most elite, and guys who have the chance to maybe get to that spot. Those are my top 10 guys. Leave your top 10 guys in the comments. Do you think that I disrespected Aaron Rodgers? Do you think that I disrespected somebody else? Do you think that I'm overrating somebody? Let me know in the comments. Diggy546, I'm out.